What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm talking about Midsommar. Now, this is the new Ari Aster film. If you guys don't know, he directed Hereditary from last year. He even wrote it, which is one of my favorite horror films of last year. And I was very excited for this movie because I am a huge fan of Ari Aster, and what he did with Hereditary, I was excited to see what he could do with Midsommar, especially with the actual Midsummer festivals. Now, this film basically stars Will Poulter and Florence Pugh as a couple who are going through a very bad relationship, and Florence Pugh's character, named Danny, suffers a horrific loss of her family, and she and her boyfriend invites her to a midsummer festival in Sweden, and things go horribly wrong from there. That's all really I'm going to get into because this movie looks like it could have been really, really good. And I'm going to say that this movie was rather disappointing for me. I did not like this movie very much as I wanted to. This isn't a bad film. It's not bad. There is some good stuff to like about it here. I'm going to get into my flaws first because I have quite a bit of them, and I want to get that out of the way. As for flaws, the pacing is very slow. This movie should have been a lot shorter. This movie could have been the same as Hereditary, which Hereditary was 2 hours long. This movie is 2.5 hours, and there's a lot of times when the pacing slows down quite a bit that I was begging for something to happen, and when you get your first effed up scene in the film, which is like, I don't know, maybe like, I don't know, an hour in or so, another like 20 minutes goes by before anything else messed up happens. So that was a big disappointment. Also, there were some plot holes in the movie that I really wanted to happen in this movie, but they didn't. Like, there was a character in the trailer. If you haven't seen the trailer, I don't consider it a spoiler, but there was a woman in the trailer whose face is all puffed up. Like, you'll see her for like a quick shot in the trailer, but she looks like she got stung by hundreds of bees, and her face is all swollen. Her lip is 3 times the size of her bottom one, and I was just like, oh my god, I wonder how they're going to incorporate her into this film. Yeah, she does nothing for the movie. Heck, she's only in the movie twice for like 5 seconds each time, so that was a huge disappointment, and I really wanted to see what she could do here with that role, but she didn't do anything in the end, and I was pretty disappointed by that. And I'm also going to cite something. If you guys watch Chris Stuckman's channel on YouTube, you'll find out that he actually he didn't really spoil it for anybody, but he did briefly mention it. He said the first 20 minutes of the movie are set up in a way that and how it's never discussed again, even though it's like supposed to be like some sort of like a vital point for the movie. To be honest, I felt like it was cited a couple more times. It was cited like maybe 5 times after it was mentioned in the movie. And I'm not going to spoil it either because I don't want to reveal it to you guys because I don't like spoiling the beginning of a movie as well as the end. But it was rather a good way to start off the story, and the way that it's set up makes the ending make more sense to me. So that was something. So I really do think that the beginning does serve its purpose to the story, and I'm not saying Chris Stuckman's wrong. I'm just saying I have a different opinion of him than he does. If you go find, if you want to go, just look up Midsommar Chris Stuckman review, and you'll find him, and he'll talk about that very briefly. And okay, so that was really the flaws I had with the movie. Also the movie doesn't really advertise itself to be a horror film. Like, the marketing and the trailers are very misleading. I did not find myself watching a horror film. It feels more like a drama, a relationship breakup drama movie disguised as a folktale. And that's not terrible, but I mean, if you're going to market it as a horror film, give more effed up scenes. Because there was a couple, but the movie didn't come off as a horror film as I wanted it to. I wanted this film to be very scary, and I wanted this to be great. But to be honest, I didn't enjoy it. A lot of people are liking it right now, but it's very divisive among people and critics. Mainly audiences. Okay, so let's get into how this movie works. I love Florence Pugh. She is amazing here. I loved her performance every second she was on screen. I want her to see her in more films. all of the acting in general was amazing, and also the cinematography. It's so beautiful. It's like this movie is like nature beautiful, and I was really like mesmerized by what I was looking at. Like this movie, like the way it's marketed as a horror film, and when you look at the cinematography on display, it's almost like the movie saying, "Come on in, we're okay, we're safe, we're okay, we can let you in." And in reality, it's not. You're like, "Oh crap!" There's a lot of secrets behind what's going on, and a lot of messed up stuff happens off screen, which was disappointing. But um, one thing I do want to mention is I love how Ari Aster took the risk of making this a horror film and trying out something like this. And I can't really say the movie is similar to other films because I haven't seen other films that are similar to this one, so I can't really make that opinion or state that fact because I'm not as big of a film critic as most people. But in the end, it just feels like the movie was mismarketed. The pacing really drags a lot, and a lot of fucked up stuff happens off screen, which is very disappointing, and I wanted to see more of it. But in the end, I do appreciate Ari Aster trying out something completely new with this movie, and I do hope to see more stuff that he does. But in the end, I prefer Hereditary over this movie. If you guys have not seen Hereditary, I recommend you check it out. And if you guys want me to do a review on it, I'd be happy to. Just let me know in the comments if you want me to do a Hereditary review, and I'll get that one out as soon as I can. But in the end, Hereditary was disappointing. It's not bad, but I do still recommend you see it. But in the end, I'm going to give Midsommar a C+. So guys, thank you for watching. Look forward to my next review. I'm going to review Spider-Man Far From Home next. I know I said I was going to review that first, but I didn't get a chance to because I was tired of waiting, and I've been so busy with school and work. So thank you guys. Please subscribe. Please hit that like button. Please comment, and I'll see you guys next time.